Yeah.
There's already a poll on
right,
WhatsApp.
on the right, yeah.
You do your poll, and then you can change your mind again after we've had another half an
I
hour.
was on your side. I was saying it's hard to beat you.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Imagine having 30 people going.
I think it's more teaching people to be smart with how they do use their time. Let's put it that way. And I think it's having an open conversation with your employer as to how you can balance it. Like, for example, I had a conversation with my CEO when I joined my company and said, I bike full time, and he absolutely loves it. Like, he was trying to get tickets to come here. Everyone at work really supports me in doing it. But I think it's having that open conversation. And I think once you have that open conversation and people respect that, you know, you want to compete at a high level, they'll also support you in doing that. My name is Josh Lowe. I work in the city during the week and then ride for YT the weekend. I describe Red Bull Hardline as, to be honest, like a new genre of downhill racing. Like it's a mixture between pure out and out downhill, you know, World Cups and that free ride scene where you have the big jumps. You know, the World Cup tracks, you never normally have any form of jumps, and then here you have huge jumps, big drops, and it's just cool. Like, I think is what downhill mountain biking is or should be.
Yeah, you need something physical there, otherwise you'd be like, I didn't
spray marker paint, I'm just going to spray down.
Yeah, but I think you actually need tape in that whole
cross.
Which is cool.
I find it easier to hit the berm, no? Looks fresh. Yeah, new fresh section up top. I don't really know where it goes to though, so it's kind of pointless me looking at it, but I'm looking at it. That's good. Yeah, I hit that tree with my little finger and it was enough to put me onto that. And then I slipped, yeah. Different mentality I think this year. Honestly, last year I went in thinking I think I could do well.
Well, this man had a great time here last year, actually riding away with the Rider of the Week award.
I was thinking a top 10 would be nice. We'll see what happens. And then as practice went on, I was thinking, you know what, I could do well here. And I think everyone was saying on the track, they were like, oh yeah, you're looking really good. And then loads of spectators turned up and everyone was saying how, I hate sounding big-headed or anything, but they were like, oh, you're looking really, really good on the track.
Doing that different line off that top rock, it looks fast, doesn't it?
It does look fast to me, yeah. A lot of the racers, as we would call them, choosing that line today, straight down there as well.
I let it get to my head and I paid for it the hard way. I got too confident and had a big crash at the top of the hill.
Big trouble! Oh, Lowe goes down hard! Oh!
All right, mate? Yeah? Good man.
He crashed like there last year and then just slid off it.
Yeah, I rolled here and then went off it and landed down there.
Literally tumbled.
Yeah. No, I had no idea what was going on. Whereas this year, I'm not thinking about the result. I'm purely thinking, let's enjoy the moment. I feel like I'm riding good and I'm going to carry on riding good. And if that puts me at the top step, I'll be unbelievably stoked. If it gets me a top 10, I'll be even happier. And if I have a good run, I'm happy with that. So we'll see.
Oh my lord. Don't you think? By the time you're down there, you're like, oh, I know what to do.
Yeah. You do need to pull to a certain extent.
No one's ever overshot this, have they?
Looks good. They've made a few changes at the top and it's super fresh and quite thick mud. So that will be interesting. Like just before you go off that drop into a super slick right-hander, so I think all the mud will get dragged onto it. I think preparation for this it's a hard one because I think you've got to find a real mix between being super confident but then respecting the track. And then if you're not confident enough, you're going to have a big one. If you're too confident, then you don't respect it. So you've got to really find that balance. To be honest, in the lead up to the whole week, I've been watching videos back from last year. I even watched the finals back from last year, to be honest. And you know it's going to be big, and obviously you remember from the year before that it is big, but every time you come back, like as you're driving up the road, or even as you're driving into the whole venue from the other side of the valley, you can see the features, and they just every year you just forget how big everything is. This year's been a bit different in terms of practice. Normally, if you have a sunny week, you have track walk one day, then practice the next, and you have a lot of time to practice. But this year was different. We knew that we were going to be tight on time with the weather, with the wind. So it's been real hard. So we did track walk straight into practice, and then on Thursday we had a full day of practice. And it's one of those, coming back to one of my earlier answers, with trying to find that balance between being confident but then respecting the track, and then when you add fatigue in there because you've been riding from 7, 8 in the morning till 6 at night, it's tough, but a lot of fun, put it that way. I knew it was going to be bad, so I kind of just leant into it. I didn't whip, because I think when you whip, when you get it out, you're really loose, aren't you? So if anything, you're just a wind trap. So then the wind, if it's gusty, will pull you. It's one of the main reasons why I like coming here. Having everyone together, there's a group of 30 of the best riders in the world. Some of the most stylish riders from downhill, freeride and all sorts, all sessioning together. And I think that's the coolest thing ever. When you actually get to the race, it's another race. So for me, it's the practice sessions where everyone's trying the features for the first time, everyone's pumping each other up, everyone's driving each other forward. So it's cool to see that camaraderie. I don't think you get that anywhere else. Pretty good. We got everything ticked off apart from that bottom jump. But it was just too windy. I got blown off off that wooden drop coming into it, and I was like, I know what it's like, I don't need to risk my life. But I've done everything else now, so feeling chill. Yeah, feeling comfortable actually, so. I honestly don't know. They said we can do some practice today, but it's super windy, so who knows what's going to happen.
Hit the metal kicker in the gas like that. You're just like.
So we have practice in the morning, so everyone gets one run, then at 10 o'clock to one, before the wind picks up, then we race.
Everyone's going to get one run?
I think at the moment the feeling is the boys want to ride. You can see the track is, it is holding up behind me, but at the same time the wind gust is so unpredictable. One big gust on a jump this size could really just pull it out from under you. So.
Horrendous, mate. It's so windy. The pole yesterday snapped holding the wind flag. Yeah. And up there it looked like it was going to snap again. It's crazy. We're going to see, but it's meant to be a 40-mile-an-hour gusts tomorrow morning.
Cut it off and then he's up there. Should be alright.
Good, it's just really early. It's early, dark, wet and windy. So hard to get stoked to go ride, but we'll do a run and see what it's like, and do our best to have some fun. That's the plan. The drive to the top, it's a long drive, and when you're going for your race run, you are nervous. But I think, to be honest, you're nervous every time you go to the top. And I think this is my mentality this year, which is, yes, it's a race run, but at the same time, you're here to enjoy it. It's almost another practice run. You ride it fast, of course, but your own pace. So this year, I'm coming in with more of a chilled mindset, because I think you get too nervous and it's not good. So definitely just try and chill as much as that's probably not possible.
No, I was just up there, went up there with Alf, and Alf's like, everything below the step down is unrideable now. It's so windy. So it's like, I don't want to risk even anyone going up and thinking it's chill and then getting a gust and just getting hurt. So we are off, bikes away, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we did one run. It was one of those, there's a track on the way down to the track, and it's just a river, and just like hailing, just super windy. It was just horrendous. And everyone at the top, it was all a bit, you know, should we do the features, should we not? And then there's some people that wanted to do it. Like, it was just, yeah, scary at the top.